Good afternoon, meteorologist Emily Thornton here again at the National Weather Service in Flagstaff, giving you a noontime update on our incoming weather system. So as you can see, this is the current radar update. We have a band of showers that have developed this morning and begun to move through northern Arizona, extending from the Kingman area all the way to Show Low, Snowflake, Pine Top. And you can see some heavier showers in this band that are actually moving over the Camp Verde Valley area right now, coming northward up of I-17 into Munns Park and Kachina Village. Largely, this band of precip was not handled well by our models, so we were really thinking there would be more of a break overnight into this morning, and that just hasn't been the case. So we're already starting to see some impacts from overnight rainfall and this band of precip this morning. Streams and rivers are flowing. We have 3 flood advisories out right now. The first one up here is for Oak Creek from Sedona down into getting down into the Camp Verde area, Rimrock, Verde Valley, also affecting Wet and Dry Beaver Creek as well. This advisory covers those areas, so we're seeing increased flow along those waterways. We're also have a flood advisory out here concerning increased flow in some of these locations: Payson, Star Valley, Tonto Village, Strawberry. So that's including some of these drainages: Christopher Creek, Clear Creek, Dry Dude Creek. A whole list of drainages here that are also being affected in this larger flood advisory. So the first flood advisory for Sedona concerning Oak Creek, and for Camp Verde concerning Wet Beaver Creek and Dry Beaver Creek going until 4:45. Then this second advisory going until 6:15 for some areas out by Payson and Strawberry and Star Valley, Tonto Village, those areas. So the other flood advisory we currently have out is for the Black Canyon City area. So we're already getting spotter reports that there is as much as 2 feet of flowing water in some normally dry washes there along the Agua Fria and Black Canyon City. So certainly we're already starting to see some impacts. We also have this flood warning out concerning Tonto Creek, Cherry Creek in northern Gila County as well. And that's actually going to go through 6:45 on Sunday. So that's a very long fuse warning that we currently have out. And then we have these 3 shorter fuse advisories. So just in general, well, as I said, we're already starting to see impacts. If I take a look here at our rainfall over the past 48 hours, you can see some of these red numbers and oranges. These are anywhere from 1.5 inches to even over 4 inches. So we've certainly seen a lot of rainfall in the past 48 hours. And I mentioned that we didn't really get the break we were hoping for overnight. If we take a look at the precip just from the last 12 hours, you can see a couple inch values that are very near 1 inch. If we get into Camp Verde in the Verde Valley here, 1/2 inch to almost 1 inch. So a lot of areas received a lot more additional rainfall overnight than originally anticipated, and that is a cause for concern. So if we take a look at what the rest of this evening and afternoon are going to look like, we still anticipate that another additional round of very heavy precip and possibly embedded thunderstorm activity will move through the area this evening. So our main period of concern is going to be from around 5 or 6 p.m. onward through the evening and overnight, even getting into midnight to the 4 a.m. Hour as well. So just this is one atmospheric model's idea of what the radar is going to look like this evening. So we'll just step through here, and as you can see, those reds and oranges are indicating some heavier activity that's moving through all the way through Friday morning. We're already looking at very saturated soils and rivers and streams that are running above their normal flow already. So you can imagine if we get some of these thunderstorms and heavier rainfall activity through this evening, that we're going to only continue to see flash flooding impacts, especially along those streams and rivers. So heading into the evening hour, if you can cancel your plans and stay home, it's probably best to stay off the roadways. In addition to small streams and rivers flooding, we're also likely going to see some urban flooding, ponding on streets and roadways. So it's best to just stay home this evening if at all possible. It's really not going to be much fun to be outside as it is, or to be traveling. So encourage you to think about your plans this evening and see if maybe you can delay things. So as we get into the evening hour here, our main message for you is just don't try it. It's seriously not worth the risk. If you come to a flooded roadway or a flooded low water crossing, do not attempt to cross it. In addition to that, with the nighttime nature of this system as well, once we get after dark, it's going to be very difficult to see where roadways are flooded and where low water crossings are flooded until you're coming right upon them. So again, if you can avoid travel, it would be best to do so this evening and into early tomorrow morning until streams and rivers can come down and the flooding risk can end. So if you have to be out tonight, don't try it. Don't try to cross flooded roadways, just turn around, don't drown. But if you have to be out, be sure to use caution, as you may not be able to see in the darkness which roadways and washes are flooded. Also, through the evening, we ask that if you are having flooding, you report it to us. So there's several ways you can do that. Listed here, you can report on INWS. That's actually available from our webpage, and we'll put the link here on this video as well for how to get to the INWS form. That's actually mobile friendly, so you can do it straight from your smartphone. You can also go to our Twitter or Facebook pages anytime and tweet report status or post pictures. Please include the location of the flooding, the time, where you are, where the closed roads are. Is there damage? Can you estimate the water depth? And more than anything, pictures. We always appreciate pictures with your reports. So let us know what you're seeing this evening and stay safe out there. Make sure you have a way to receive our warnings and advisories. So check in on Facebook and Twitter and make sure you have your wireless emergency alerts turned on. And we will be sure to keep you updated through the evening. Thank you. Have a great day.